In this video, we're going to show you how to create and store charts in your time cycles research programs. We're going to use IO Edition as an example. We'll open our IO Edition. You'll see that it opens with the library window and with the last charts file that you had open. In this case, it's example charts. Now, before we even create a new chart file and a new chart, we need to pay some attention to the library, because the library is where you're going to store all of your chart data. Once created in any one of your time cycles programs, you can access it from any program. The library is shared by all time cycles research programs. Think of your library as a file cabinet. In the file cabinet, you're going to create a series of files. In each file, you can store up to 960 chart data cards. That's 960 in each file that you create. Generally, people will create files such as family, friends, clients, my charts, events, but you can organize them in whatever way you choose. You could have a file for each letter of the alphabet. You could have clients A to H and so on. You decide how it's best to organize your charts, and if you change your mind later, before this video is over, I'll show you how to move things from one chart file to another, so you could reorganize at any point. Now, we begin with a library. Let's look at that library window. You'll see that there's a charts folder in it. Everything is stored in the charts folder. I'm going to repeat that several times. Everything is stored in the charts folder. Now, we're going to create a new chart file. You see the button at the bottom of the library window, new chart file. Double click it. A window opens that indicates that you are to create a chart file named, and right now it's untitled charts. We're going to create a file called clients. Next step is very, very important. You see that under clients, you see the charts folder is where this is going to be stored, and that is critical. As I've said, I'll repeat this several times. If you don't see the charts folder here, then you need to navigate to charts folder. You go to Documents, IO Files, and select Charts folder. Now, we have named the chart file. We have made sure that it's stored in the charts folder. We're going to go ahead and save it. Two things are going to happen. One, a new chart file opened called Clients. There's nothing in it, of course, because we haven't saved any charts there. Also, in the charts folder, you can see Clients. Now, if this were closed, and I'm going to close both the example charts and that, you double click it, and that opens the file that you want to use at that point. So let's begin and create a new chart. Go up to the top of your screen, go to File, and select New Chart, and you'll see a chart data card or an info card open. Now let's examine this card. First, you select the chart type. In this case, it's a natal chart. You could select Event, Sunrise chart. A sunrise chart, as you probably know, is used when you do not know the individual's birth time. Then there are a variety of other charts that you can make called derived charts, lunar return, solar return, and a variety of progressions. In this case, we're going to be creating a natal chart. We're going to use the default tropical system, which is most used by Western astrologers, but you can do heliocentric or sidereal. And we're going to select the house system. The default is Placidus, but you have 15 house systems, so you can choose the one that you prefer. And we're going to begin by naming this chart. You have to have something in the second name field, but you don't necessarily need something in the first name field. But in most cases, you'll be using both fields. I recommend using your tab key to move from field to field, and I'll show you why in just a moment. We're going to call this gentleman Bob. Tab to the last name field. Sample. Tab takes us to the date. The date can be entered either numerically or with the word. In this case, I'm going to create it with the numerical designation, 06 for June. If you're using Euro dating, you can adjust to that. 23, space. Now, for the year, I have to put in all 4 digits so that the program knows what century we're talking about. 1973, tab, and you'll see that the program formatted it properly. Now, the time, the hour, 11, space, the minute, 08, space, AM or PM. You do not need to put anything else in there. You can do just this, AM or PM. You don't want to put in the time zone. Let the program do that, and I'll explain why as we go. Now I'm hitting the tab key again. I'm going to the city. I'm going to go to Santa Cruz, tab to the state or country field. In this case it's state, California. I'm going to use the abbreviation. Now I've told the program what type of chart we're creating, the zodiac system we're using, the house system we're using, for whom the chart is, and the date, time, and the location. Now we'll let the program do its job. I'll click the Atlas button. If there were a single choice of locations, the program would automatically enter the data. In this case, as you'll find in a number of instances, there may be more than one option available to you. It may be a hospital, it may be, as in the case of Manhattan, several different boroughs. In this case it's Santa Cruz, it's highlighted, you see the blue behind it, it's correct. So I'm going to click Insert, and you'll see that the program put in the universal time, it puts in the longitude and the latitude for the location, and very important, it also puts in the correct time zone for the location and the date. Now your atlas is a special atlas. It was constructed by the Time Cycles people, the development crew here, and it is linked to a component of your Mac operating system that was added several years ago that tracks time changes as they occur around the world. So if you're keeping your system updated, as you should, your atlas will look at this and say, okay, a time change occurred that I don't have in my database. I see that it's PDT, and I'm going to enter PDT. So this helps to assure that your charts are always correct. Now, we're going to save this. You save it to the file that you choose by selecting that file. In this case, I have the right file. I have clients. I have it open. I have it highlighted. So I can go back to my info card. I can click Save, and you see that Bob's card appears alphabetically. There's only one, so it's S in the client's window, and that a thumbnail of the information in that data card is also displayed. Now you can do a number of things here. You can make notes in this field. I could say that Bob is my brother-in-law. I can add whatever information I'd like. You can also click a quick view chart. A quick view chart is just a thumbnail of Bob's chart in this case. Generally, I don't use quick views, but you may find them handy at times. Now, we're going to create the chart itself. So you have two options. One, under favorites, 4 or 5 of the most commonly used charts have been stored. Under designs, you'll find that there are more than 120 different graph and chart forms. And your first steps in using the program, you'll explore these different forms and find those that you prefer. As you see, as I go down the list, a submenu is extended that gives you the additional chart forms. So explore these, have fun with them, pick those that you like. In another video we'll show you how you can even modify those designs or variations of those designs and then move them to your favorites file for easy access. In this case I'm going to select aspects and houses, and there is my chart for Bob. Now before we close, I do want to show you a few other tricks with the library. Bob's chart we'll leave open for the moment. Bob's card we'll leave here. If I wanted to move a chart from one file to another, I would open the other file. In this case I'm doing example charts, and I want to move Eric Clapton to my clients file. There are two ways that I can do it. One, if I just pick Eric Clapton by clicking on it and drag it down, I could drag it into the clients window and leave it there. But if I wanted to retain it in the example charts as well, I would hold down the Option key while I move it. I just click and drag, and this creates a copy of Eric Clapton's file in the target file, in this case my client's file that I wanted, but while it retains the Eric Clapton file in the example charts as well. It's very easy to move charts from one file to another, so if you put one in the wrong file, go ahead and open them both up, drag it over from the target file, and there you have it. Now a couple other things I'd like to show you before closing. It's easy to view charts from saved files that you have. All you have to do is grab the name. Again, we'll use Eric. We'll grab Eric, click, hold down, and I can drag it either onto the chart data information at the top of the screen or onto the chart itself. Let go, I have Eric Clapton's chart. So it's very easy. I'll grab Robert De Niro, pull him over here. I have Robert De Niro's chart. So it's very easy to view clients' charts or customers' charts or friends' charts or your own charts after you've saved them. So basically, go in, organize your files. Each one, as I said, holds 960 charts and unlimited number of files. It's only limited by the size of your hard drive, and you won't fill that up. So enjoy your program and look for more videos on how to use the different features of your software. Thank you.